What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Monday Mayhem. The mayhem continues and ensues further. How you doing over there, Tyler? Bad timing, I know.
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Doing good? Okay.
Fantastic.
We are just too deep again, and as you can see, we have kind of switched up our setup a little bit here. We don't know if this is something we'll keep, but I really liked how it looked during my last Top 5 Thursday. So I was like, you know what? At least till we get everybody all in one back, let's kind of just see what this looks like. About chest high, you know, the lighting's nice. We're kind of like into the camera. The background actually looks in the background. If you would look at all this. Yeah, it looks like I'm touching it, but I'm not. I can keep going back.
There's a lot more
I can keep going back.
I like it.
Yeah, I do. But then once Rodney and Josh come back.
Yeah, well, if they come back,
yeah,
who knows?
We may, if this goes well enough, they might not be allowed to. So just keep tuned for that. So, did you have any crazy things happen to you over the week?
No. No, very boring life recovering from back surgery. Just
yeah,
get
that's
up, watch
true.
TV.
Yeah, I always forget about that. Not that you had back surgery, but for some reason I can't put two and two together. That means you're probably just on the couch right now.
Yeah, just
like
recliner.
the only time you get up is like when you come here.
This is the most exciting part of my week.
So every time, like literally last week when you were like, no, not much of anything, I was like, dude, just don't do anything, I guess. And
No,
then
I
just
don't.
now pieced together, I was like, oh shit,
I don't.
you did have back surgery. That's a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So something stupid that happened to me, man. I was meaning to talk about this, but I still feel like it's worthy to bring up because I don't know if y'all feel the same way. Is there anything more emasculating than chasing a piece of paper in the wind, like an important paper, not one you can just say, nah, fuck that, one you need, you know, like maybe that has like your AIDS test on it or something?
That is very embarrassing, especially if it's out in public. Even if there's no one watching, you just feel like it's embarrassing, like the FBI is like
you're helpless,
zoomed in on like a bird watching you.
Yes. Dude, I'm telling you. And when I did it in front of two dudes.
Okay.
And here's the thing. So the papers that I have are very important because they're invoices for the customers that I drop my tires off to. For those of you that don't know, I drop off tires. So I have my invoice. There's a signature on said invoice. And even worse, if this would blew in the wind, I have money for that too sometimes. And I actually did have cash, but I kept that in my pocket, luckily. I walked out, and I'm going to close my doors, and it's already one of those things, you know, like whatever that manly thing is, where you're like, these motherfuckers looking at me? Like, y'all want to start some shit right here, bro? And obviously it don't lead to anything, but you could feel it like, so they were like these big redneck dudes. You were just like, I feel like they're talking shit with their eyes right now. And then I go to close my other door, and that gust of wind picks up, and it's just like, takes off in the wind. And me being like, they don't want none of this turned into, let me chase my paper around real quick. And I'm talking like I was going up, down, around the car. Like it was the most embarrassing thing ever. And I was like, I feel like they're looking at me still. And I turned around, they're still looking at me. And I'm trying to get this. I even got to the point where I got desperate and tried like the foot stomp. Yeah. Everybody knows that. I missed. I thought like I pulled something in my calf. I slammed it so hard. And then it didn't end there. I know from their point of view, they saw me go around the car. And I probably was gone for like 2 seconds. And then I come back outside in their vision again from the other side of the car. It was that type of paper chase. And not the good kind like the rappers talk about. Like just a normal invoice at work. And then like it got to the point where I was like, all right, dudes, I'm out. Like I was about to just be like, I can't get it. You see it. I can't get it. And then I finally did. And, you know, I crumpled it real quick in the wind. And just kind of stared at him like, we had a moment here, guys.
Well, you have those moments, too, when you're chasing it. You're like, is it worth it? Like, do I really need it? And then you stop for a second, like, do I have to get that paper? And then you're like, okay, yeah. And then you'll try a little bit, and then you're like, do I really need it? Like,
oh no,
like how much money would you have to drop? Like, probably, like, even $1. I'd be chasing $1 and be like, all right, I don't need that $1. And then as soon as you decide you don't need that $1, you're not going to chase it no more.
Mm-hmm.
No more wind. It's 10 feet away. And you're like, all right, I'll pick it up.
Right.
Boom. The gods of Thor, just thunderous wind comes. And
you got to love those guys. Here's my thing, though. Are you the type of guy to find money on the ground?
Yes.
Because what is wrong with you people? Well, you gotta give me the intel, because I know people, like my whole life I've heard people like, Like, they don't say it every day, you know what I mean? But I feel like almost every person I know has been like, found $40 today. And I'm like, are you kidding? I have never once in my life, maybe I'm just the least observant motherfucker ever, but I'd never see money flying in the air like these other people do.
No, I found $40 one time. This was when I was out of state. I think it might have been in Nashville or Gatlinburg or one of those places.
Hell yeah.
And then I was in town in Mount Washington. I had to go to Stouts. A hardware store. I don't know what for.
I should at least.
It was one of them things where like I go to Stouts once every 5 years just because I needed something from there, which I don't need any other time. But I went in, I came out, and I found $120 on the ground.
You told me about this. This was recent, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, like less than a year ago, I found $120. And I got it. I like looked around, and there's no one there. It was Stouts in Mount Washington. Like it's not busy at all. I was just like, where did this come from? After I got done looking around, I was like, all right, well,
yeah.
I was the only customer that day, and what was I trying to buy? I was trying to buy.
I remember this story. I feel like I should maybe remember.
Like weed killer, and I was like, I'll go in Stout see if they have it. I paid $40 and came out and found $120. Yeah,
that's a refund right there.
It was a good day.
What'd you do after that? Go to like
I went home and no. I went home. I spent it in like a week. Obviously,
I got
probably
it.
like food and stuff. Spent so much money on food and.
That's wise. Very wise.
It was a good find.
It was free. That's free money right there, dude.
What was I gonna say? It was.
I cannot tell you that.
How do I word this? Have you ever like try to be nice to someone and give them like or like to cheer them up, kinda, but it just backfires on you? Like, here's my story.
Yeah, like the homeless dude I threw a chicken burrito at.
Did you tell me that one?
Yes, I did.
Did you tell it on here?
Yeah, I did a Monday Mayhem. I had a chicken burrito, and I thought I was like in a music video. I thought I was so cool. I was like, I'm just going to chuck it to him on the way in. And when I did, it hit him in the chest, and he got up like, the fucking chicken burrito.
Well, did you tell him? Were you like, heads up, chicken sandwich?
No, I thought it'd be one of those things where in my mind, like I'd toss it, and he'd catch it, and he'd be like, thanks. Yeah. But instead he was like, what am I, dirt to you?
You probably just ate one. That's
fucking chicken burrito. And I was just like, Jesus, this just got like in my mind. I'm like, I'm about to be on cloud 9. I'm doing I'm doing God's work, and this guy is gonna have a better day. Instead, I'm like, am I gonna have to square up, dude? What's going on here?
Like, did you get your sandwich back?
No, I wouldn't touch it after that. Well, damn homeless people. I didn't say I cared about it. I'm just playing.
Wow. Okay.
Just kidding. I do. I try to give them, and that's what happens. See what happens for being nice. Enjoy your story too, though. I had to reiterate that.
Yeah, I was in the dollar store, and this was before Easter, and there was a lady holiday in there that
would say the best.
She was probably late 30s, early 40s, and she was buying all this like eggs and dye to dye the eggs for Easter and all that stuff. And she was kind of holding up the line, which it was just me behind her. Like I wasn't. She's like, sorry. I was like, don't worry about it. And then she was talking to the cashier, and she was like, yeah, I want to do all this stuff for my kids, but they keep calling me stupid for wanting them to dye Easter eggs. They're like 10 and 13. They think it's so stupid. And I was like, no, it's not stupid. They're stupid. And then she turned to me. She was like, my kids aren't stupid. I was like, I didn't mean it like that, but and it's just awkward. Like I was trying to be nice, but it just in my head, I was like, this would be a nice thing to say, but I was basically like, your kids are stupid, not you. You're like, it's like, oh, that went over really well.
I've had that happen many a time.
The cashier's just like, why do you have to talk, dude? Like,
yeah, it's like, thanks, I like talking.
I was trying to be nice, but it backfired. That's my life. That happens all the time. I'm trying to say something, be nice, but they take it the wrong way, and they're just like, asshole. I'm like,
see, right. This whole time I thought you were an asshole. You're just a very nice man. I've been taking it the wrong way too, apparently.
Yeah.
Nah, I have something similar to that, but you know how like you get those memories where you're like, oh yeah, I had something like that, but you're like, I can't really work out what it was though, but I know I got something like that. I have one of those things going on right now. Speaking of not being at work though, dude, you're not missing much, and you ain't even at my job, but as someone who did work today, work fucking sucks. I had to spend my own moolah on gas today, which is some bullshit. Because I got fucked over. Right now, I got some weird shit going on. My phone isn't working, and I don't know why.
I know. I called you, and it was like, this number's out of service. I was like, what?
Yeah, and basically, when we drive at my work, we have these things called gas cards, right? You know, a card with gas on it, and it's hooked to the keys. But they got me in a new truck, which is a rental truck that does not come with a gas card. And I'm out in the middle of, like, you know, very far out. I don't want to say nowhere. You know, it's not nowhere for sure. It's Lexington Road.
It's somewhere.
Yeah, that's a fact. Very true. But I have one run to do left, and it's about 8 miles away, and it's like 20 miles left until I run out of gas because it's like a real fancy Penske. It tells me every last detail. Yeah. And I'm like, it's going to be 8 miles back, and then it's about 10 miles back that way, and my phone's not working. That's cutting it close. What if I hit traffic?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know about this.
So you're in a bad spot.
Yeah, and I try to call my boss. He's like, just go to make sure the last delivery's done, and maybe I'll have someone pick you up. And I go there, and I have to borrow a phone again because my phone sucks. And they're like, yeah, I think this so-and-so, I won't say his name, is going to be coming to get you. And I'm like, you think, or he is? And I'm kind of sitting there like, is someone going to pick me up? And basically I got off the phone, and I had to, at the end of the day, just bite the bullet. Like, dude, I'm spending like $8 in gas right now because I'm not about to sit here just wondering. And they can't even like call me back to be like, hey, change your plans. Like, I have no idea what's going on.
So you had to play it safe and just spend $8. And I had to just. Did you keep the receipt?
No, I didn't. And they're
just whatever, not worried.
They wouldn't have gave me my money back anyways. They'd been like, well, that's your fault. That's what they said. Some stupid shit like that.
I mean, God, I want to quit. Just $8, I guess, but I mean,
dude, that's a whole motherfucking meal from McDonald's, right?
That is, yeah.
I don't know, dude. Yeah, but it's horrible though. Like, if you spend it on something like that, you might be like, oh, why'd I buy that? But when you're like buying something like that, like what I bought today, gas for a car that the company puts gas in. That's kind of like, oh, motherfucker, I might as well have just made it rain into the wind for no apparent reason.
No.
That's stimmy, though. That'll help.
Have you got yours yet?
Yes, I have.
You have? See, I haven't freaking got mine. I need it.
I need it.
I got a story, and this didn't happen to me personally. Someone told me this story, and it's stuck with me my whole entire life.
Oh, shit.
It was about 10 years ago, actually.
Buckle up.
And this guy... he had a horse, and the horse died. And
horse.
And they're like, "What do we do with a horse when it's dead?
Like, shoot it in the head, right?
It's already dead, dude. Like, what do you do?
Well, you kill it again. Duh.
After the horse is dead, what do you do with it? Like, most people, they'll like
burn it.
I don't know. Most people just dig a big hole and will bury it. It's a big hole. That's a lot of digging.
That's a lot of horse.
But they're like, hey, let's just go down that abandoned road and throw it into like this little creek. And I was like, how are you gonna first that's my thought. Was like, how do you load up a horse in the back of a pickup truck and throw it over on, because they were on a bridge, and they were going to throw it over the bridge down into the creek, it was their idea. I was like, maybe, okay. So they ended up doing that, and whenever they threw the horse, which they had probably 4 or 5 people with them to throw a horse over a little, over the guardrails into this bridge or into this creek. And when they did it, they didn't know this, but there was a guy down there fishing right next where the horse landed.
Did it land on him?
No. I wouldn't be telling the story if they murdered someone via horse. But could you imagine being that guy, just fishing, having a great day? It's Friday, 65-degree weather. You're just fishing, peaceful, and then a horse falls from the sky and lands like 10, 20 feet next to you.
Yeah, even worse if he's like out there fishing by himself and he's like,
that's what I like to picture.
He's like thinking of committing suicide. This just got dark, and he's just over there like, God, just give me a sign. And it just a fucking horse leg and some like other cut up pieces of horse just fly over. And he's like,
I don't like to envision
horses. You want me to open up a farm? I got you. And he's still living out that life.
Now he's doing amazing. Like he owns the best farm in Kentucky.
Dude, hey, it's the perfect fucking Kentucky Derby, dude. That was a sign from God.
Yeah,
There's
so he put all his money
story.
on a Derby horse and wins the Derby. Now he's a multi-billionaire.
Nah, he probably like pulled out a pistol. It's raining horses. Probably wasn't like that. But yeah, that's a thought though, dude.
And the sound of a horse falling like 20 feet next to you.
Oh, you
it
meant
shakes the. I'm sure it shakes the ground.
You meant the thud.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was like, Tyler.
The horse is dead.
I'm like, yeah. Like he's going. Like that's the worst horse impression ever. That's all I got.
No, that's just That's
it's doing like a neigh, whatever the fuck a horse does.
Yeah, they neigh. That's just a story that stuck with me. I was like, that's such a funny story, but
it's hitting that neigh on the way down.
Jeez, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that fucked me up. I was like, Tyler, the horse is dead, right? You did say that part. Okay. Just making sure. What about like little problems in life though? Is there anything worse than pouring a bowl of cereal only to find that there's no milk? I mean, what's worse than that? That'll fuck up a whole day. Because a lot of times too, when I'm like going after some cereal, not that I don't like cereal, but when I'm going after some cereal and I'm super cereal about some cereal, it's to the point, it's usually like I can't find nothing to eat. I'm like, we got any like leftover? Oh no. Like, what about snacks? I'm like, okay, if it's gonna come to snacks, then it's gotta be the ultimate snack. I gotta get cereal because it's kind of like a meal. And that's just like, it's already a slap in the face not getting the food you want. But something like cereal where, at least for me, I got to step over a few things. I'm like, finally, something. And then when you hit that finally something stage and then you figure out you can't eat it, oh, dude, you slam the fridge right there. I mean, like, when I say that, I mean you pick it up and go, like, you Neanderthal.
What do you do? Like, do you just bite the bullet and put the cereal back in the container and wait for another day?
I typically just sit there and cry.
Or do you just eat the cereal
like Indian style in the middle of the kitchen
without milk?
You could do the Friday approach, like use water.
I don't know. I would just I would.
I would never do that.
I would just go and see if I had any bread and just eat a couple pieces of bread and hope that holds me over till the next day.
You put the cereal inside the bread?
No, I wouldn't eat the cereal.
Savage.
No, like, because sometimes I'll be like, I'm really hungry, and it's too late at night to order food or go out and get food. So it's like the last resort is like, hopefully I'll have some cereal and some milk. And then if you don't have the milk, you're just like, all right, well, I'm just going to eat some pieces of bread and then go to sleep, and tomorrow I'll figure out the hunger situation.
I don't think I've ever just ate pieces of bread.
Yeah, I don't even make a sandwich. I'm just like, I'll just eat a couple of bread.
You had me thinking you fell on some hard times at one point. I was like, at what point did I know you? Were you just like,
everyone's been.
Yeah, I know. You made it sound like you were like in the middle of like just
Great Depression,
like Section 8 or some shit. It's like you were like, yeah, you know how it is when you know you can't get a snack, so you just eat a couple pieces of bread by themselves to hold you over to the next day when you go on the hunt again.
Yeah, I've done it. Like, I'm not cooking anything or.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had food, but I'm just like, I don't want to make nothing. I just need something in my stomach right now.
That is.
I'll just eat a couple loaves of bread, and not loaves.
Like,
I mean, a couple pieces of bread.
Thickens.
And then I'm good.
Yeah, dude. That fucked me all the way up when you said that first. I was like, shit, Tyler. Like, damn. I didn't know you had it that bad at one point.
Well, but jumping off that, can I borrow some money?
What, Rodney gets the cheese, you get the bread? I bet if y'all get together,
we can make some good cheese.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
grilled cheese.
I can even see y'all talking like that. Like, maybe, after we're done with the podcast, we can get together and make like a sandwich or something, Just hit it up, see what we can do with it.
I don't know.
Find out Josh just eats Miracle Whip out the jug. I'm the turkey guy.
Boom, dude. Perfect sandwich.
What do we do with this podcast? We should be sandwich makers. The art of our craft. You think we'd kill it as sandwich makers?
Like if we worked at Subway? Dude, if I worked at Subway or anywhere like that, I would hook people up. They're like, you didn't say double meat? Oh, sorry. I can't put it back. Here you go. Here's your double meat.
Try a wink. Dude, I used to get free subs from Quiznos all the time in Mount Washington.
How'd you pull that?
There was people there that I knew, and they would just give me. I haven't had Quiznos since because it's not free anymore. They have like this. Do they even have Quiznos anymore?
I haven't seen one in a while. I had a friend that got fired from Quiznos.
Nowhere in Quiznos
because he was reading a book.
What? See,
there was no customers, and he was reading a book, and they
what is with
him.
the management there? Reading books, giving away free sandwiches.
That's probably why you don't see any.
You gotta, they're too strict. If people want to read books and give away free sandwiches, you should let them. I mean, that should be like company policy.
I used to work at a store. I won't tell the store name.
Feel free.
But they had me being I did everything there, from like unloading, loading it, stocking.
And then braggadocious.
I was pretty big deal.
I was the Swiss Army knife. They used to call me SAK, Swiss Army knife. That was my go-to.
Sorry. They wanted me they put me a cashier, and people would come up with like, carts full of stuff, and I'd ring it up, and then if something didn't ring up or it didn't have a price on it, I wasn't going to call for price check when there's a line. So I would just act like I scanned it and just go on with it. Unless it was like if it was like $5 or less, I would just act like I heard it beep. But if it was like something like a TV, I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to call a price check on this TV. I can't give it. I want to, but I can't give it to you for free. I'll get in trouble.
Bruh.
And then, they used to have me put fake security cameras up.
Fake?
Yeah. Yeah, they were fake.
It is one of the illusion that they were watching you.
So I put, fake cameras up there and there and there. And then I would even tell people, I'd be like, hey, I was like 18. I was like, I put that camera up there. It's fake, though. I put that one up, too. It's fake, though.
Just completely negating why you did it to begin with. You're like, that? I put it up there so you wouldn't know that it's fake. But guess what? It's fake.
Yeah. And one time
busting your own tricks.
One time the owner of the store, almost said it, he got in trouble because he was stealing stuff from the store. So he got fired. He got caught and fired. He was a jerk. And he made me... one day he was like, Tyler, I was like, what do you want me to do? He's like, clean the ceiling. I was like, what? He's like, get up there with the ladder and clean the ceiling. Because they, those things, they're like this thick. They're the white things you push up in most stores that have the, what's that
Swiffers?
stuff? What's that stuff if you get it on you, it's like real itchy and stuff?
Insulation?
Insulation. It's like them. Mm-hmm. He wanted me to get up there and clean each tile. And I was like, okay, I'm going to use my 4-hour shift to act like I'm cleaning the ceiling. And then once he left, I asked this lady who was like my boss, I was like, instead of cleaning it and making it look white, can I spray paint it white? She was like, yeah, go ahead. She let me do whatever I wanted to. So I got there with spray paint and just put lines through it. And he found out, and I got
busted
yelled at.
Pretty hard.
But
he's using those fake cameras to see what you're doing, dude.
Dude, those were hard too to put into because I had to cut the styrofoam ceiling and try to fit the camera in there, and there's like gaps, so you could totally tell there's no wiring or anything into it. But yeah, and if you, I was gonna be like, and if you want to go to Shepherdsville and go to blah blah blah, the cameras are fake. We'd even have like this
out 'em.
Like we would get on the phone and announce to everyone, be like, hey, Tyler, will you go get carts? Or which code 9, go get carts, or code 8, go take a break. And we had like, we would get on there and
code
be like,
names for real for every single thing?
For like break, lunch, furniture, everything.
Fake cameras.
And then one of them that if they thought someone was in the store stealing something, they'd be like, security rotate cameras. And I was just like, we don't have cameras, and we don't have fancy cameras that rotate, and we don't have security. I was like, it was just a elaborate joke to try and scare people. Mirage. I did catch a kid stealing some toy. I was gonna let him go.
Hey, you're on camera.
But I was like, hey, to my boss, I was like, that kid behind the beds is stealing something.
He's stealing.
Yeah.
One of them.
I should have let him go. I didn't really care. I got so many stories about that place. I ain't no snitch, man.
I was about to say he's gonna let that go.
No.
I ain't no snitch, man. It was that one time, and I felt truly bad about it.
I could talk about that place all day, but
wonder what that kid's up to now. I wonder if he was just like, man, if that dude did not stop me that day, the road I would have went down. He probably tells that.
He's probably trying to get in touch with me just to
he's
thank
at
him.
At like AA or just Drugs Anonymous. Like, I think it all goes back to
I got yelled at really bad.
The guy at Kmart. I don't know where he
I almost got a fight. You're close. I almost got a fight one time.
Ooh, it's got a Mart in it? Walmart? Maybe?
No. It's big, but there's not a lot of them.
I was about to say lots. Like lots of big space in there.
Yeah.
Lots of fake cameras.
Well, this one guy came in, and he was like, do you have any gas grills? I was like, I don't know if we have any gas grills, but if we do, they'd be over there. They'd be in aisle 8 with all the other grills. And then I walked away. Like, I told him where the aisle was. It was 2 aisles over. And then I walked away. And as I was across the store, he popped out of the aisle, and he goes, hey, can I get some help over here? So I had to be like, turn around, walk back to him. And he goes, I don't see no gas grills over here. And I go, then we don't have any gas grills. And he called me dumb. He was like, you're just a dumbass kid. That's why you can't get a better job than working here at blah, blah. I was like, okay. I was like, but we don't have gas grills. He was like, you're lying. Because my father-in-law came in here the other day and got a gas grill. I was like, well, then we're out. And he was pissed, and he left. And I went up to my boss. I was like, do we sell gas grills here? She was like, no, we've never sold them. I was like, that jerk made me feel like an idiot.
That mother jerk.
God.
Dude, I mean, come on, though. That dude was mad about something else. That's one of those. He was pissed about his team losing, which really before that, he was pissed about something actually
I'll never forget
serious.
That guy.
And it led to that. Gas grill guy.
I hate that guy.
That's how you're just always going to remember. Gas grill guy might be like a subscriber now. Wouldn't that be something?
Fuck I'm just
you, basically, leave. We don't care. Actually, you could stay. I don't know you like that. Maybe you had a bad day. I'm more forgiving. No, I don't know, man. Like maybe just like all these people you interacted at the Big Mart, where you interacted with them at. That's what we're gonna call it. Over at Big Mart, they're just they're coming back to you. I believe we put energies out in the air, and right now you're pushing them away again. So that's fine. But before you had this, it was just they were kind of being reeled back in.
Are you like my psychiatrist?
Yes, actually. First lesson is today.
First lesson is to just let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. Jesus, dude. Just give yourself a pat on the back that you don't have kids. Oh, the back. That's like a double. Like my arm don't reach. I might hit it too hard.
My left shoulder's kind of messed up. I slept on it weird.
Oh my God, Tyler. How are we ever gonna play this basketball game if you're like
We'll
this?
play. I mean, I
eventually,
don't need my.
I'm gonna get a damn gorilla goal.
It's expensive.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome if you did get one.
I thought about it, but I don't know where to put it. I look
you get
out there and I'm
the less expensive Goliath goals, which are just about the same.
Yeah, I want to put it on this garage out here. Y'all don't know nothing about that because y'all ain't been outside my house. And if you had, I ain't even mad at you. That's next level fandom. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like. We got the garage to do, that classic like 80s just backboard and rim fucking goal that you put on the garage. We got that, but also there's a fence into this backyard in the neighbor's yard that's not that far off, and
yeah, dude,
your boy knows how to. Yeah, your boy knows how to swish, but it's not like he ain't gonna brick every once in a while. We only human, you know what I mean? So it might go into the neighbor's yard, and then their dog might bite my ass off. Next thing you know, it's Sandlot with 30-year-old dudes. So,
yeah, can we get our ball back?
Yeah, ask that like every 2 minutes. That's a good way to just ingratiate yourself into the neighborhood. I'm like, hey guys, ball went over again.
What do you do if the ball goes in their yard? Do you go ask? Do you go to the front door and interrupt them and be like, hey, can I go get my ball? Or do you just try and sneakily jump over the fence, get your ball real quick, and jump back?
That's a tall fence, and it's also not put together that well. So you might just fall. We both fall. We're in the hospital beds together this time. At least you have company.
Yeah,
but
that would be nice.
Yeah, but I'd have to literally go all the way around their front yard. They'd see me passing through into their backyard, all the way back this way. Throw the ball over, come all the way back around.
No, you don't throw the ball. You walk back with it so they know, like, oh, he's probably getting his ball. If you throw it back over and you're still in the backyard, they're like, what's he doing in my backyard? And some people are real anal about their yards, and if anyone like walks on the grass or all that. Dude, people are crazy nowadays.
So anal about that. You can't trust people anymore, can you?
Really
ain't that right, America? Thought about giving a speech right there, but I ain't going into character that much. Okay, guys. I think if you were finished, that about wraps up another episode of Monday Mayhem. It's my less inspired version of Monday Mayhem. And that was even a little less inspired. What's with me today? Must be that bad day at work.
Yeah,
love $8. You guys, though, man. Do we? I don't even know if we do all our little outro shit on Monday Mayhem. Do we? I don't think we do.
I mean, we can. Do you want to?
I don't know. I don't care.
It's too late now. Like,
we lost it. It was here, and then we thought about grabbing it, but then it was out of reach.
We usually don't.
Camera.
You want me to stop it?
You can stop it. I started it. You finish it. I'm giving you that.